Okay guys, so let's have a look at our email function and see what the solution is going to be. So let's just recap here. So we had a bunch of tests that was checking whether or not something was an email. So we had a bunch of a few common ones and a bunch of really weird emails, and then we had a few control tests to just make sure that if you just put in an arbitrary string or an empty string or like an @ sign or something like that, it's just going to return false. Otherwise, it's going to return like true for these weird examples, right? Let's look at the implementation. So this is the entire implementation. So all we are basically doing here is that we're using a regex, then we're saying that, okay, anything that is repeated once or more at anything that is repeated once or more, and that's it basically. That's it. It is that simple. Now, a few of if you're watching this and you're saying that, hey, this is not really a robust and well-defined way of validating an email, or maybe your solution is much more extravagant. Maybe you have a really extravagant solution to solving this problem. I can tell you that I applaud you. Congratulations on finding a perfect solution to this, but in my experience, I can tell you that when it comes to validating an email, if you're doing that with a regex check like this, the implementation is for the most part going to be absolutely massive. It is even if you manage to find a perfect regex or a library or something like that that can with 100% accuracy tell you if something is an email or not. Very, I would even go as far as to say that it's actually pointless. It's almost pointless. It's almost pointless for you to. I've never had a situation where knowing if something is a real semantically correct email is valuable, because for the most part this is something that you do for the user on the client side to just help them to make sure that they are typing in an email and showing them some error message if they're not. And if you are being provided an email to the server, you will never ever trust that that's just a correct email. What very often happens in a real application is that you get an email and then you send a confirmation email that with a token that makes the user forces the user to prove that the user actually owns the email. Which is, if you think about it, when would I am never, or rather, I have never been in a situation where this has not been the case. If somebody's giving you an email and you check if it is an email, you still have to check if the person giving you that email is actually the owner of that email. That's at least the common case. So this little validation check here is a silly little way to actually check if something is an email. And trust me, if you went on the internet and found a really cool, awesome library or something, or you found a way to do it in a much more accurate way, congratulations. You get A for effort. But in my experience, this is actually good enough for most situations. Have a great day.